This is a typical bottleneck that one can see in every small town and even at borders of big cities across India. That is, the surrounding about 10,000 acres rainfall gathers in this valley bottom. It's a big wetland. The back part and the left and right sides are on higher ground. All that rainfall gathers up here in this wetland. It used to be a paddy field interspaced with uh, water tanks. For example, in the far corner you can see the pandanus underneath the coconut trees over there. There was one stream and then it ended up as one water body there, and then subsequently more paddy fields, and then one more kind of a tank, water holding structure, that one, and then again it continues all the way up to the nearly the ocean like this. So all this water, when it rains heavily, downpour, it gathers in this valley, and then here the development has started. That is what they've done. The whole thing, valley, is turned into a bottleneck in this section. They have put rubble here and raised the height to turn it into real estate. And then there's a small outlet there from where the water flows like that. It goes into the town. And that narrow, you can see the bottle shape there. That back part is wide, all that, and then it gets narrow here like a bottleneck. So when the water gathers up in full force and fills up, it will come and hit the bottleneck, that is that part there, and then it is forced to go into a narrow channel, that one. You can see the water is flowing in full force. It's about 30 feet deep over there. And then there are buildings also, ramshackle buildings right at the edge, which will all be unstable now. So then the water comes down like that. And then since it is a bottleneck, it will, at full force, it will come and dash against the side of this bottleneck. And then water will go backwards. It will come like that, come in here, and then go backwards. So as the water level rises, now what happened yesterday, day 4 and all, heavy rains came. So that overflowed water that went back and then reverberated and started entering this area, which is raised artificially by dumping construction waste basically. So now water entered from one direction, that is one stream, like that. Then second source of water is coming from this side, and third source is here. There also water is coming in, and all of that came in to the street in the night. It entered the street there, and the street got flooded, and then it entered the basement of all these buildings, including our own. So this is the story of one bottleneck, and there are million paddy fields across India, but the borders of every town where these bottlenecks have been created, and they are all disasters in the waiting. And what should have been done? This bottleneck has to be made wider so that the water can be eased and allowed to flow in larger volumes out. And then when people build in these valley bottoms, reclaimed wetlands actually, one is they're ruining the water holding capacity of their town in the summer, that will cause water shortage. Second, all that wetland receives huge amount of water that has to be scientifically channeled to facilitate it to go out of the valley so that it doesn't spill over into the streets and all. So if you these bottlenecks are I mean they are critical points where things can go wrong. So that is the story of one bottleneck. And then in the far corner you can also see the Western Ghats. There it's all cloud covered. So it's going to rain again. More water will flow in. More water will gather. More water will come in through this overflow because of this bottleneck. And this kind of episode will get repeated year after year unless something is done in a systemic solutions have to be found. They have to consult some expert in water and stream ecology and then come to some sensible conclusion to facilitate the outward flow of this huge amount of water. All the